Hello, 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 all my machine heads, and welcome back to episode four of the Cow Empire. So, I got some good news and then I got some bad news. But before I started, I want to get something a little bit out of the way. As I have told you guys in the past, if I had any issues with some things, you guys were going to be the first ones to tell me. I was going to be the first ones to tell you. Let's get that correct. I had a couple people DM me directly today and were complaining about some of the things that people were saying in the comments about they took it the wrong way. And I've always told you guys that if you come on and you start commenting, I love it and I will respond to it. But if I get complaints about it, I will remove it. So we unfortunately had to remove a comment today due to the fact that it was upsetting people. And you know that my channel's fun and my channel's everything. Just keep in mind, and we're going to keep this as brief as we can because I got some great news to show you about the farm. But I got some also bad news to show you about the farm too. Just keep it in mind if you're commenting. Keep it light, keep it happy, keep it exciting. Stay part of the story, but try not to be too negative when you critique how I play the game. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to call anybody out by name. That wouldn't be fair because I love each and every one of you, and you guys all know that, so I'm not going to waste my time doing that. But I have told you in the past that if it offends somebody or upsets somebody, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm just going to politely remove the comment, and we move on. This channel is fast, fun, and friendly, and we know that. Okay, so let's get into this. First of all, how's everybody doing today? I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing fantastic, as usual. First and foremost, let me take a few minutes and wish a good friend of mine, Mighty Mike, a happy birthday. He was live streaming today, so if you get a chance, head on over and watch his replay of his live stream. What an amazing guy, and what an amazing dude. Everything else is going awesome. All right, so good news. Let's get the good news out, and then we'll tell you the bad news, and then we'll get busy farming. Enough. All right, as you guys see up in the right-hand corner, we are officially now into loan payment time. Dun, dun, dun. And the good news is I've already paid back $40,000 in one day, and I'll show you why as I creep up on this. All right, so our cows are now 5 months old, okay, both of them, well, 5 and 4. All right, what I had to do, and I'll show you how all these stats work in just about 2.5 minutes here. All right, well, let me creep up on you real quick here, and I'll show you something real awesome. All right, look at the amount of milk. 1 month, 500 cows made me 75,000 liters, okay, of milk. We're going to sell that in just about 5 minutes here. 298,000 liters of slurry in 1 month. And we'll buzz on over here. And I'll show you one of my new mods, too. And look at the manure. Ready? 237,866 in 1 month. This mod, remember. Okay, that's enough of the 50 songs. This is the old milling machine from Fs22, and somebody converted it to 19 and then 22, so I can get the manure out, and it goes right into the manure spreader. So as you guys see, the great news is I don't think we're going to have to worry about manure. But, so what I've decided to do is both cow pens, which we are going to mow today very quickly, are going to be used slurry on them. And then our fields are going to get manure on them. So, yay! I also want to give a awesome shout out to one of our family members who decided to turn me on to a modding company called 4D Modding. And I got their slurry spreader and their manure spreader, but we're not going to use the manure spreader. I'll show you what I'm going to use. Let me open up this one, I hope. Nope. right here. This is the slurry spreader by 4D Modding. This is awesome. It's got usable, I'm going to say that one more time, usable hoses that you can adjust and put them underneath the spigot. You can move them around. It also has an adjustable nozzle here that you can put up and down. It is amazing. This is our in-game manure spreader that we're going to use. And remember, I just hooked the tractor up. The other good news, real quick, and in a hurry here, we're going to jump this fence right here. I got rid of the cases, and I brought in the Fs22. You guys know this is my favorite. It's got 196 horsepower. The problem with the cases, there's not even really a problem. They're actually fantastic mods, and they sound amazing. The problem with them is any mod out there that's power shift or manual, you lose power. So I found myself like trying to spread slurry or manure, and I was going like 5 miles an hour, and I was like, I found myself grunting because I have a problem sometimes. Like when I get frustrated, I like will grunt, or if something isn't going exactly the right way, I'll nonchalantly, I do it without even thinking about it, and I've noticed it on my videos, so it's just like but that's just me. I'm not a perfect YouTuber. I keep all my boo-boos in, so my frustration level shows, and it's always going to be that way. Well, anyways, this is the TLX 3500. We've all seen this by now. I've used it several times on a Western Wilds multiplayer server. This thing holds milk, slurry, everything else, and I found a cool little secret. All right, so this thing holds 60,000, right? So you can also fill this with water, diesel, and milk, and a whole bunch of other liquids, like pretty much every liquid in the game. But get this, ready for the really awesome news? You can fill this with slurry, take it to your field. You can take your tanker and fill off of this. So it's basically a milk trailer, water trailer, and slurry trailer, and you can get this in a slurry spreader if you want. It is amazing. 82 Studios does amazing work. And then this bad boy is the mixing wagon. This can mix up 60 or 50,000 liters of TMR or straw or anything else you want to put in there. And then you can just drive it in there. It's much easier. A couple more things, and then we're going to get busy doing some stuff. So here's the bad news. I had to, in 1 month, we actually went, I had, I think, 2 months. I used all the bales that I had. Remember, I had my silage bales over here. And I used all of those. I had 11 of those gone. I had 11 hay bales gone. So what I had to do was put down a multi-buy station. So is it realistic? No. But the concept behind it is realistic, because many a times Dad and I would have to buy hay bales or straw bales or cracked corn or whatever we were using for the cows. We would have to buy it because we would run out. So is it realistic to have one of these things where you can just pull up like a mini little store? No. You would have to go down to the co-op or the pet, whatever, wherever you would get your pallets of feed or your pallets of hay bales or whatever, and you could buy them. So what I did is I put this on the farm, and we're only going to use it if we absolutely have no other food. Right? So that part of it is the little bad news. I want to take a few minutes and tell you guys I will be working on trying to control my frustration level, because sometimes, I'll tell you something. That auto load trailer in the last episode, oh my Lord, I wanted to throw it. I was so angry with it because I don't understand why people change button configurations. Just make all auto load the same button configuration. Why? I couldn't figure it out. I was like, okay. But anyway, so now we got 71,000. Now, the other really awesome news, and then we'll sell this milk and we'll get busy mowing. Now, this grass is technically, as you can see down the second one up from the bottom, okay, it's 3 out of 3, but it's really not. If you notice the difference, look at the difference. This is kind of light green. This is dark green. This is basically when you would harvest it to forage it, to make basically forage. All right, so you're not going to get as much yield. As you can see, I'm only going to get 98% bonus because it's not fully grown. If I waited one more month, it would turn into this. But we are in desperate need of some bales. So we're also, and I got another cool mod to show you guys. But anyways, now the cows are at the point of making 60 to 70,000 liters a day of milk for 500 cows. So you got it. What I just want to shut out the other absolutely fantastic news, and then I really will shut up and start moving. So this is with 500 cows, 78,000 liters of milk. All right, so far, and we just made 5,000 just sitting here. This thing holds 1,000 cows, so that's double. That's 150,000 liters of milk from this, and 150,000 liters of milk from the other pen. And there's 2 other cow farms on this map that each hold 1,000. So if I had 4,000 cows, I would make 500,000 liters of milk a day. Now, I'd be spending a lot of money to feed them, but I've also done a little bit of research and found out that you can still make a little bit of profit if you buy the food. So you don't make like, you'll see this is all free profit right here that we're making, but if you bought the food, you're still gonna make a little bit of a profit, like 20 or 30,000. It's just as I sniffle into my thing, you'll still make about $20,000 to $30,000 a day. Is it great money compared to what you would if you fed them yourself? No, because this is all free money right here. And they're breeding, so there's 60. Now let's see. I also put a sell point because this is super realistic. Because we would dump ours into a giant tanker, and then someone would come with an even bigger tanker and come and take it from our farm. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate that this is going to, we're dumping it in our thing, and they're going to pay us for it. Now, one little thing I did is I went into the XMLs of the game, and I changed the loan percentages that you get, because the $10 million loan is a mod. We all know that, right? So the game does not recognize it because the script that all that does is allow you to get more money, but it doesn't change the percentage of the money that comes out, like the interest rate. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, so I went in and I changed it. So here's the thing. You guys got to keep an eye up in the right-hand corner. I have to keep a minimum of $33,000 in there for the loan payment every single day, because the interest rate now is put up to a respectable amount. Let's see what we get for 60,000. See what I mean? This is all money. Look at. So we've already got our loan payment. All right. So there's 44,000 we made off 60. I've got 10 more thousand to sell. And then we can literally keep, as long as we keep 33,000 in there, and that will go down every time we pay off the loan. Pay more and more and more. Remember, we're not having to spend any money on fertilizer. We're not having to spend any money on slurry. Those are now our fertilizers taken. The only thing now we have to buy is seed. Oh, we had 18,000. That's right. Now let's see. We had 44,000 the first time. Look at this. Boom. 13, so 50, 54, 5, 6, 7. Let's just say $58,000 a day we're making off 500 cows. See what I mean? How cool is that? That's awesome. So now we can shut this off and we can go into our bank. And as long as we keep... Where is... Oh, there it is. All right. So as long as we keep... See it? And I've got $1,000 property maintenance every day. These are my construction costs that I bought. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So we've already paid with about $50,000. So we're going to repay this. Repay this. Repay this. We got to keep $33,000. Let's keep that right there. So now we have officially paid off $80,000 so far in 5 months. But it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get better, because the reason I say that is, what are we doing here? Oh, we're mowing. All right, so it's only going to get better because as the loan goes down, that 33,000 will go down and down and down and down so that we never have to worry about it again as it gets lower. And as we, remember too, as we get more cows. So now, right now, officially, we have enough for our loan payment of $33,000. So that's good news. So we're all set for that. I don't need that. I went ahead and downloaded a mod from the in-game mod hub. This is the new mower we're going to try. Also, I downloaded a script mod that gives me 2 times the bale. It's the variable bale. It's off the in-game mod hub. It's the variable bale size, and you can change this bale size all the way up to 4 times the amount. So we're going to make this, and then we're going to wrap our silage bales right away so we don't have to collect them. Let's show you guys the in-cab of this. I'm sure that many of you have used this already. This is John Deere 2280. I think that's what it says. Yeah, 2280. And we are going to head over and start mowing our first cow pasture. Get out a little bit. Now, this is only a 4.5 meter, but it's a swather. Because when we get to the other pen, I'll be able to thank you to another one of our family members who pointed out, I am so sorry that your name eludes me right now. But I will get it. I will make sure you guys get the proper shout out. You gotta move out of the way, girl. Come on. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. All right, let's go. Let's go. So she fits in here nicely. But now we don't have to have the bales sitting over here if we don't want them. We can have them, which is, I'm still going to leave them in the field, but I'm going to try to mow as much of this stuff as I can. So now we can come in here with our little auto load picker-upper and pick up the bales right away. Let's mow. We're going to grab all of this grass from the sides to see if we can get a couple extra bales. Ooh, she turns really good. But see, now, thank you to, like I said, one of our family members, I have a tedder that I can ted up the windrows and they stay in windrows. So it's kind of cool. So now we're going to be starting to become efficient. Now, at 1 day months, I did find out, did a little experiment. I did find out that it takes 2 in-game days, full in-game days, which is 2 months, for the silage to ferment. So I'm assuming that we're going to have to buy some food for our cows. But here's the cool thing about it. When you fill their pens like I did, I'm not going to mow over there because that's where we're going to, I think I'm going to stick the bales over there. When you fill their pens, you get 3 full days, or in my case, 3 full months, which basically is, it's going to be a rush to catch up. So Russell, you were right. You do spend a lot of time making bales, and you do spend a lot of time making food for them, but you'll see that it's not going to be a nonstop thing for me because I have the multi-buy station. And keep in mind, everyone, are you going to move? Turn your heads. We don't want any dead cows. Keep in mind, everyone, that is realistic. I don't think that the milling machine is realistic. I don't think that they make a piece of equipment that does that. But on the same token, another one's going to be right in the way. But we're going to use it for efficiency purposes only. And that is all we're going to use it for. All right. So the nice thing about this is I'll get around this corner and I'll show you. Mowing this in cab is nice. You can actually see. So for those of you who like realism, for those of you who like to play in cab and play super realistic, this is super realistic. This is a real piece of equipment. This is an absolute Fury's still got to learn how to drive it. I forget sometimes that I can get really good turning radius because I'm using a controller. Even though I have a awesome steering wheel and pedals sitting in front of me, I find myself using the the controller. It seems to be easier, and 99% of the time when I pick it up, it's dead. You guys have experienced that with me. Controller died. It's okay. So that's, sorry to start the show today with a little bit of negativity, but I meant it. I told you guys I'm not going to play the game. I won't do it. It's not worth it. You guys are all of my family members, and when one person's upset or two people are upset, see, I just did it. I grunted a little bit, but I caught myself at least. So sorry about that. I know that when I rewatched my recording from a couple of days ago, it did seem like I was down, but I wasn't. I really wasn't. I was more frustrated with that auto load than I was anything else, but for the most part, I was in a really good mood as I normally am. Every time I record, I get excited. Unlike a lot of YouTubers, I really get excited to make videos. I do. It's not as glamorous as you think when you have to upload them to YouTube and you have to play that game, but because YouTube doesn't always cooperate with you. And sometimes it takes longer and you just want your videos out, but to make them, I get super excited. Like I start getting excited about 7-8 o'clock at night. So, but now we're not going to get the greatest yield off this because we wanted to go one more day, but I got to start getting some bales built up so that I can start being self-sufficient with the let's see, can we go around? We'll finish the third headland and then we'll start going back and forth. But I just want to keep up. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Now, the other thing is, too, let me giggle as I say this. Not everybody on the planet is as extreme as Fury. You guys can see that little swath spot over there. I ran out of seeds on the first field there, and that's what happens when it's pitch black and you're seeding. This thing right here. This is what happens when it's pitch black and you're seeding and you run out of seed and you just want to end it. It was like 11 o'clock at night and I was in game and I was still seeding. So I was like, all right, I ran out of seed. I'm like, I'm going to live with it. But I think a lot of my issues are when I'm not smart, and I always told you guys, I'm never the smartest crayon in the box. My problem is that maybe, just maybe, I should take a few minutes and test a mod. That might have to be re-leveled. All right, I'll have to remember that. It's not working. Gotta get up here. There she goes. So I'll have to level that when we're not on camera. Anyways, yeah, I should learn from my lessons, and I should take the time to test a mod before I actually put it in the game. Like, here's Fury gets loaded up with this, and I wouldn't even have known if this worked or not worked until we were on camera. So that adds just a little bit of frustration. But like I told you guys, I'm not a perfect YouTuber. I never have. We're a tiny, tiny, tiny little family here. And it's frustrating, and I want to keep those in. I'm still going to keep those in, those frustration moments, so that you guys can see them, because I'm sure that you all feel the same frustration level that I do when something goes wrong. You guys know how I feel about the YouTubers that are perfect, and it just drives me nuts. It's one of those things that absolutely drives me crazy. as Patsy Cline would say. But no, I was in a decent mood the last video. It's that stupid auto load. It was driving me crazy, but you could tell that my inner family, such as Gutterball, he could tell immediately. He's played with me so much on multiplayers, and he talks, you know, him and I have had so many discussions. Same as me and Ranger, same as me as CC, all my guys. We've had discussions out the bing and bing and bing, if you know what I mean, about different things, so they know how I really am. It's like Gutterball, he commented on, he's like, I knew it as soon as you unfolded that. He's like, I knew you'd get rid of it. He knows me all too well. And he also knew that I was going to get rid of the auto load, because he's like, no. So, all right, so now we can start going back and forth and back and forth. Yay. All right, so that part, I will have to remember to level that. Ooh, the wheels are spinning. There we go. Just got to get past that. The little dip in the ground. We're going to play to about 2 o'clock. That'll be our hour video. And then I will finish it off camera. And we will, when you guys come back, the nice thing is it'll be February. So we're going to get to the point. Now, you see, I got 2 fields planted of wheat. The 2 fields down there are 100% fertilized with manure, and they're ready to go. Because what I did is I'm doing what's called a no-till farm on this. So I'm not plowing. I'm using a cultivator instead. So we're gonna cultivate weeds in, things like that in. I hope this puts me past that. It doesn't give as tight a windrows as I would want, so I hope the baler doesn't struggle picking it up. But then again, here's the thing. If I could learn to control a little bit more of my frustration, I think if a mod doesn't work, I could figure it out like really quickly and then just change it and not have to worry about struggling. And I find myself sometimes wasting like a lot of precious recording time trying to figure out a mod. But also, you know, like my good friend Mighty Mike, he does the same thing. He spent 20 minutes one day trying to get a fuel mod to refill. So we all do it. Every one of us that are YouTubers, we get the same thing you guys do. I don't know how many times, like playing off camera, I don't know why I don't have to lift that. I don't know why I did that. I don't know how many times playing off camera that you literally spend an hour trying to figure out how to do something. Like, how many of us, show of hands, even though I can't see them, how many of you out there have got on a brand new map and your very first time headed to a sell point and you can't sell the product because the sell point doesn't register or your mod conflicts with something else? It happens to us all. Mine just happens to be on camera. But you guys, 99.9% of you so far are enjoying the series. A lot of you guys can't wait. I know that many of you have left wonderful, positive comments, and I still comment on it. But like I said, you know, just be careful and, you know, just let's all be adults about it and choose our words fine, you know. I never get offended by anything. I worry about other people becoming upset about things. My doggy's sitting on the couch whining. He doesn't want to go out. He's shifting. Remember, he's still got his bad hips. So he gets his hip medicine. And I'll tell you something, everyone. That hip medicine that I get from the vets is like $500 a month. Very, very, as in the words of the Addams family, very, very expensive. It's but it does him well, because as soon as he's not on it for like 2 days, you can tell immediately. It like that's how good this medicine is. So he probably will have it the rest of his life, and it's just something I'm going to have to get used to buying for now. So that's all there is to that. He's sitting there. He probably just needs to shift. Because what we've done is we've pretty much, like I told you guys, he was kennel trained from a little puppy, like from 8 weeks old when we got him, to like now, and he's 13. He's been kennel trained until he hurt his hips. Every night he'd go to bed. He'd go in his little bed. My son, he's a dog behavioral specialist, so he said it's the best thing in the world for dogs. It really is. It gives them their own space. It gives them their own. You don't have to shut the door and lock them in. A lot of people use that as training. Like if you go away for the day and you don't want your dog to get into anything, you can put them in their kennel. I mean, as long as you're not gone for like 12 hours, 14 hours, because they still need to pee and they still need to get drinks and things like that. So, but if you're buzzing out to the store and you're only going to be gone a couple hours, it doesn't hurt them at all to go in there. I learned that from my boy. He was like, nope, it's good. It gives the dog their safe space. It gives them a place to, like, in fact, he got to the point when my wife and I would leave for the day, he would know. He'd run right in his kennel. He would know. And he'd lay down, he'd sleep while we were gone, and then we'd come back and let him out, and he'd go outside and make sure. I wouldn't do it. And then overnight, what would happen is when we went to bed, he would go in there, but his door wouldn't be shut so that he can get up and move around. And if he has to get a drink or something in the middle of the night, because, you're in bed for 8-10 hours. So, every once in a while, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you hear walking across these old wood floors. His nails walking across the wood floors. So anyways, what we did is when he hurt his hips, he was unable to lay comfortably in the kennel. And he's got like 4 beds. He's such a spoiled brat. He's got like 4 beds, and he lays on all 4 of them, usually on the ground. But we took his kennel away from him, so he's been mad at me. So what's been happening is I made him a bed on the floor so he can stretch out and do what he needs to do, but he never uses it. And his hips have gotten so much better since it happened that now he can climb up on the couch, which we were very adamant about him not getting up there. But I also remember that we're a country home. We're pretty much in the middle of nowhere, and just the wife and I, and the kids are all moved out and grown, and so it doesn't hurt him to lay on our furniture. It's not like we got brand new furniture anyways. So he's been getting up on the couch, and what he was doing a few minutes ago is he was whining because he wanted to shift. And sometimes Daddy has to help him shift. I have to pick him up and kind of help him get up to shift. But I look over just now, and he managed to do it himself. He's passed back out again. And then when I get done recording, I'll get him up. Oops. Here he can't drive. Can't drive and tell a story, so good luck if I ever tried to text somebody and drive. I'll get done recording this. It'll be probably 12:30, and then I'll let him out again. I'll get him up, make sure he goes pee, things like that, and then I'll head on to bed myself. And this will go on YouTube first thing in the morning. I'll go through, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I'll go through and I'll lightly edit it for sound. I try to make sure that you guys can hear the equipment, hear the cows when they move, things like that. I want to make sure that, because I can hear it in my headphones. I just want to make sure you guys can hear it, so it's like you're immersed in the game. So I'll lightly edit it, maybe 15-20 minutes, and but I also don't spend a lot of time being fancy edits. I told one of our family members, you don't need fancy edits on a role play series like Gutterball and I. It's more about the story than it is the fancy dancy edits. With this new technology that's dropping daily, I could go through and make a whole bunch of different cool videos and jump cuts and stuff like that, but is that really necessary? Or should I just play and have fun with Gutterball and follow a story? Because I'll tell you something, the second one I just said, Gutterball and I enjoy that much more, because we're not playing the game of worrying about anything. We just go on and we have fun and we stay in story mode and we have a blast. because I think the pressure that a lot of bigger YouTubers run into has got to be great. It's got to be like mind-numbingly heavy weighing on them to make sure everything has to be perfect. I don't have a channel like that. I have a channel where when you guys go on, you're going to hear grunts and groans and things when things go wrong. You're going to hear that. You're going to hear my frustration. You're going to be able to tell when Fury's having a bad day or something's going wrong in game or in video. And that's the way I like it. That's the way, I like it, Sorry, got my music on in the background. It's not playing in my headphones, but that's the song that's playing right now. So it kind of went with what I was saying. Fury's old. I listen to classic rock. Sorry. It's funny because who would have ever thought that the 80s would be considered classic rock? That's funny. But you realize, like, 1979 was 40 years ago or more. Because my son was born in 79, and he's, what, 40 now? 40 or... No. He's 42? I can't... He's going to kill me when he watches this that I don't even know my son's age. He's going to be like, great, Dad, thanks. But my kids don't spend a lot of time commenting on my videos and what. This is Dad's little thing. This is something that I do, and I'm pretty happy with it for the most part. Every once in a while, I'll have a bad recording. So that auto load, man, I'll tell you, it took so much out of me that I literally just had to take a couple days off because I promised one of our family members that if I ever felt like I was burdened out, I would just take a few days off. And I would make videos 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But I do understand that not many people can watch them 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You know what I mean? So I have to give you guys time to catch up and watch the videos. I have to. But this would probably be smart to just go this way because otherwise you're going to have a bunch of little turns and twists and things like that. There we go. This is a nice little mod. Works good. So, like I said, this is my little method to doing, like, grass fields, okay? It doesn't necessarily reflect how everybody plays the game, but here's what I do. This is a little secret of what I do. You see how I'm mowing this field, right? I'm going to go ahead and pick all the bales up from this field, and then I'm going to fertilize it, and then once it's fertilized, then I'll go on and I'll make sure that all takes. Nope. I'll make sure that what I do is I make sure that it takes me at least one in-game day, or AKA one in-game month, to finish one field. Because you guys know, as you saw, it was growth stage 3, right? 3 out of 3, which technically to be full, it needs to be 4. So every 3 months, I can mow. So if this one takes me 1 month, my other cow pasture takes me 1 month. That's 2 months. Now this one, at that point, will already have 1 growth stage on it. And then by the time I get the other one done, it'll have 2 growth stages on it. And then literally, because the reason I decided to do that, and these cows are probably going to go right out in the thing, or they're going to become telepathically invisible for about 3 seconds while I go. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a mod where the cows would, like, run out? Because I'll tell you, on Ranch Simulator, as soon as you open the gate, they run, and they will run across the map. This one they're pretty good about. They stay in their little boundaries, whether you like it or not. But that way, what I do with it is, and I'll go ahead and I'll put this away, and I'll grab the tractor, and I'll grab the baler, and we'll head over there, and we'll start making silage bales, like, right away. We'll have about 2 hours to make as many balers as we can. But that way, every like, okay, so I got to back up a little bit because I was a little bit all over the place. Okay, so you see how that, let me get here quick. Hop, hop, hop. Now, when I get up here, see how it says growth stage? It takes 7 growth stages, and you get 1 growth stage per month, okay? So, reality is, to grow wheat, or to grow anything else for that matter, it takes 7 months, okay? So, what are you going to do for those other 7 months? Once you get this planted, what are you going to do? You can't mow it. You can't do anything. I can't even roll this because if I rolled it, it would kill all the wheat right on top of it. It'd be kind of worthless. So what do? All right. So this is where your grass fields come in handy. You spend the time doing your grass fields and you make them so they kill that, so that you're always got something to do. As you see, this month in January, we're doing this cow pasture. February, I'll do the other cow pasture. March, I'll come back and then at that point we'll have 2. But normally what I try to do is have at least 3 grass fields. And our goal is, once we get enough money saved up, to buy this field here so that I can have a 3rd grass field. So then, say for example, the cow pen I'm working on is January. That cow pen's February. This cow pen's March. Guess what? The following month, when you come back in April, your first grass field is ready to go again, and you can mow it. Then you go rinse and repeat 3 times, and then guess what? Now your crops are ready. So that's why I do it. It's like it's a vicious cycle, but if you do it right, especially as a content creator, you have to kind of do it that way. So as we go down here, let me show you guys. Oops, sorry, Mr. Deer. How much milk we've made in, would we start 8 o'clock? Yeah, 8 in 4 hours. We've made 9,000 liters of milk in 4 hours. Insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Where did Fury put the baler? This is the problem. I have not been jumping around at all. I've been just on this map, and I still forget. I think it's this one. Nope, neither one of these. There she is. Now I've already got this set up to where. Okay, so this mod is the variable base bale size, basically what we had for 19, except for it comes with modded equipment. All right. So you see how that says 4,000, right? So let's go up here. Let's see what this does. Oh, maybe it's just going to register. Okay. So now we have to go. There we go. Whatever I watched Mr. Sealy P's video on it. This is how I learned how to use it. All right. So you can go all the way up from 0 to standard size to 4 times the amount in a baler. Okay. But with these auto wrap ones, anything above 2 times, it won't wrap it. It just won't. So let me turn this back on again. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 lines down. All right. Bale size is 182. So this is going to make 2 times the size bales that it normally does. And it will wrap them automatically. All right. So that should be about 9,000 liters, I think. But you can get up some massive size bales. And on the ones that we're not wrapping, we may do that, very much so. Let's go. Let's just do this. Let's go start here. Start here. These cows are just kind of chilling out, like eating the stuff off the dirt. It's funny. But the black Angus or brown Angus or whatever they're called here, they actually don't look bad, except for the horns. Girl cows don't have them. All right, see how it says now? Look at the size. 15,000 liter silage bales. Fantastic, as Fury would say. There's Farmer Z. .com. And what I do with this machine is I will put 2 bales back to back. So if you make bigger size bales, you don't have as many. So this little mod that I'm using right here is absolutely fantastic for console players. Console players. Is it console? Yeah, I always get it mixed up. Because you guys have bale limits. On PC, we don't. I can make 1,000,000 bales as long as my PC handles it. I could have bales everywhere. And if you want a good example of that, go check out Clutch's $10 million dairy farm. You will be amazed. At one point, he said he had like, I think it was well over 1,000 bales on the map. So I don't usually get lag from bales. What I get lag from is bales and trees. I get lag like when I'm on Hastings on the maple trees because it's trying to render a 16x map as well as the trees. So the first thing you guys always notice, I get rid of those trees. I tricks them right up. And then the other thing is too is now you guys can imagine like how fast you can bale. Because you're getting 15,000 and you can just keep going and going. And you don't have to stop as much. It's awesome. So 1 complete headland. Now, granted, the yield is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Because I didn't let it go to the next level. So that is my fault. I found myself doing it this way, like not taking nearly as long to bale because you're not stopping. You literally can bale for a long time. Like we're on our 2nd headland already. Do I have to turn the bale wrapper on? That's weird. All right, so let's do an experiment while we got this on. What do I do here? Let's drop this down to 180 and see if it will wrap it for me. It may be an issue with the mod. You know what? I wonder something. I gotta check something. Because I might be able to go the 182 wrappers, bale wrappers. What's the one that goes to 182? Okay, so each one of these comes with its own. So that's round. We'll go to 154. So you have to use this one, I think. That's for round. I can't afford to buy it anyway, so we're going to keep experiment with this. But according to Sealy P, you're supposed to be able to, anything with a 2 after it will wrap. But it didn't. You guys saw that? It didn't. Because it's a massive bale. I don't know. We'll find out real quick here. It may not even wrap to 180. But see how we dropped to a standard size bale is half the size. But I have to do this little experiment, and unfortunately, we have to do it on camera. All right, let's see. Will it wrap this? No. So this baler doesn't work with it. All right. That's crazy talk. Let's see something. Because that's the one that he used right here. I've got the baler on, so doesn't it automatically wrap it? All right. For those of you who have used this mod, let me know in the comments and figure out what I'm going to do. Because I've only got less than an hour left anyway, so I'm not going to go ahead and stop and figure it out. I'll figure it out off camera. Figure out what is going on. Because it's obviously letting me make double-sized bales. But it's not allowing me to wrap them. And it should. Because this is the modded one. And the reason I know it's a modded one is it lets me go to 182. So let's do something here. Let's try that. We'll keep monkeying with it until we figure it out. I'll bet you... Did I just try 152? Because it may be an issue with the baler. Which isn't the end of the world, because this is good news, is that unfortunately for me, if I can't figure it out, I need to figure it out quickly so I don't lose all the grass. Because if I can't wrap those, I won't be able to use them. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get it. We'll get it. Once again, like I said, I figured I would just watch the video and make sure it's okay, but... And for all we know, we don't know this. The script mod may be interfering with something else, but you see the different sizes in bales. Between a 182 and a 52. Big difference in size. Maybe I have to have automatic drop on. So should I check that? It's probably worth it to try it. Something tells me this is not going to work. Something tells me. Nothing. It won't go over 15,000 either. That's kind of neat. All right, so what's a 120? Let's try 125. 150. All right, let's try 125. See if it'll wrap this one. Because then I'll know immediately if it's the mod or if it's they said they modded the baler, but I don't think they did. I think it's still going to register at the other size because CLP had the same thing. But if you look at the bale wrappers that come with the mod, all right, they're all the way at the end here. They will go to 154, this round baler one. Right? So I don't know how much 154 is. This one here is 54,000. That'll still only go to 154. That's why. Because it goes 125 to 154. But I just did 150 on this one and it didn't work. But where is... where's my balers? The balers. I'll bet you I didn't read it. I'll bet you $100 I didn't read it. There's that one. See, 125 to 184. Wait a minute. Okay. 125 to 154. Is that grass? And then 125 to 184. So I should be able to go 154 with this, right? I can't. There we go. Right? I think. Let me double check that, what that one said. Because that's why it wasn't making 184 bales, because it's not going to. See, it says selectable bale capacity pack. It allows me either 125 to 184 or 125 to 154. Which one's grass and which one's straw? Let's go down here. Okay, so this one, 125 size bales. So I think that's the problem. It's 125 is what it's going to make. But we'll try this 154 first. Real quick, because I only got about 10 minutes left. See if it makes it at the size that I made there real quick. Because we may be getting rid of this mod. I'm going to turn off automatic drop too real quick. Let's just get to 3,500 here. This should wrap this. Yep. All right. So it wraps it at 125. 3,500 bales, which is, I can make 180 on the standard size, and it will wrap it in the machine. All right. So we're going to have to do some figuring, everyone. I'm going to have to monkey around before I lose all the grass, because all I have is a 3,500 liter bale. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, all right. Please, please, please look out for yourselves. Look out for each other. And most importantly, look out for each other's family. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and hit the little notification ding ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. And please enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And let's just be sure we're going to be friendly to each other in the comments, that we give constructive criticism, but nice constructive criticism. Just be aware of what you're saying and things like that. And other than that, Fury Machine will catch you all right back here. No, yeah, tomorrow. I got one more day here, and then I want to do a couple of flyovers for multiplayer. And then Gutterball and I on Saturday. All right, love, love, love you all, and I will catch you all tomorrow.